what the deal with the business is. You already know that's not rhetorical. That's a real question, man. And today the business is not meeting Shaquille O'Neal changed my life. Listen, man, I'm trying to tell you that I'm standing 5 feet from this man, and my lack of confidence to say, "Hey, how you doing, sir? I know you say Wilt. I know you say Kareem, but you the best I ever seen do it." Like, I'm rational. I'm thinking all these thoughts like, yo, he's right there. And you know, people be like, "Oh, you can be starstruck, this, that, and the third," and you can chalk it up to that, man. But I was looking at it like it was my lack of confidence, and I see how it translates through just years upon years of my life. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, not meeting him changed my life, because as man, this man was so cordial. I'm sitting there air hustling, like, you know, he's sharing things with the people there. He's there, you know, conducting his business or what have you. But, you know, he's taking pictures and being cordial and just, you know, being what you would call a humble giant or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at him, even when he's about to leave, I'm like, damn, he can still say, "Hey, how you doing, Mr. O'Neal? Big fan, you know. I see you on TV, and man, of course, TV don't do you justice. Damn, you a big fella." But it was the lack of confidence, man, and then so I said, never again, man. After he left, that's all I kept thinking in my head. And I'm there to do a podcast interview, you feel me? And even while doing the interview, I could feel my interview not even going how I want that to really go, because I'm still self-traumatizing, rehashing the fact that, dang, there go, Shaq was just like right there. I couldn't, as cordial as he was, you know what I'm saying? I still felt like I could have been like, "Hey, Mr. O'Neal, you know, I'd love to interview you for my podcast. I'm interviewing entrepreneurs, and I know you're an entrepreneur, you're into business." And it's like I was sitting there with all of these thoughts in my head of things I could say, and never said neither one while he was standing right there. And I felt like I had to record this one here to make sure that, one, I had it in my head, never again am I going to let lack of confidence cause me not to do something. And two, if anyone has ever had that happen, like you see something you should have said or done, but you had a lack of doubt, a self-doubt, confidence, or whatever, don't let that stop you, man. Don't have them thoughts of all that you can say, because by the time you think of it to say, the moment is gone. And what's really real is the moment. I always keep telling myself that, but yet there's a difference between saying it and doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said not meeting him changed my life, because I told myself I'm never going to do that again. And it just kept permeating in my mind the whole time till I let it even affect my interview that I was there to do. So don't let that self-doubt, man. Don't let that fear. Fear is not even real. You create that stuff in your own mind, in your own head. Don't let none of those things overpower you. Don't let the self-doubt. Don't let lack of self-worth. Don't let any of those thoughts that you create in your own mind stop you from progressing or doing what you know you should do. And I just had that in my brain to just make sure I put that one out there, man, because it was like an epiphany even, because a lot of times you have thoughts and you think about certain things and they may not come to fruition or whatever, but it's just something that you was thinking. But I really saw what it was when they say either starstruck, but I didn't really chalk it up to that. I chalk it up to lack of confidence, self-confidence, because as cordial and as friendly as he was being, even if he said, "No, you know, I'm very busy, I can't really do your podcast. He never gave that energy that he would have even said that. We might have said, hey man, okay, I could probably give you 5 minutes or 10 minutes or something like that. That was just the energy he was giving off based on just how friendly and how genuine he was just being in the surrounding that he was there at. Even though, like I said, he's there conducting business, but just the fact that his aura and just the way he was presenting himself, man, was nothing there with no defensiveness like, man, hey, I'm big man Shaq, or just don't, I'm here conducting business or whatever. No, it was the total opposite. It had to be just my lack of confidence to make me approach him to say, hey, how you doing, or what have you. And like I said, the man was standing right there, man, and so that just really stuck in my head today, like, never again. You're not going to let no self-doubt, no fear, none of those things permeate. And maybe that's what that was there for, you know what I'm saying? Everything happened for a reason, and it's for you to find a reason in why these things happen and why it didn't happen, you know what I'm saying? So I was just harping on that and ended up self-traumatizing myself all the way back, like, dang, if you would have just said this, or you could have even tell them, damn, you got a nice fish pond, I saw it on the show, whatever it was. I'm sitting there, like, all of these thoughts, real rap, I'm sitting there having in my head, and I could never verbalize them because I'm sitting there paralyzing myself with self-doubt and self-fear. What if he say no? Okay, so what if he said no? He's a busy man, he got things to do. He was actually sitting there going through his Rolodex. Like I said, I'm sitting there right there hearing him talk, you know what I'm saying? So, not like I was super minding his business, but, he was just conveying how, busy his upcoming schedule is and was, you know what I'm saying? So, maybe a little of that soak into me to say, okay, damn, don't disturb him because he's going to say no because he's busy. But you never know the inspiration the universe might have put on him, because what we doing on our Ramble is trying to give inspiration for you to go from A to B. And maybe you want to be a sportscaster or do some interviewing or do something like that. And then the universe would have put it on his heart to say, okay, yeah, maybe, I got 10 more minutes. Let me give you 10 minutes real quick, and, you do whatever 10 minutes you can do with that. Because he had an overall philosophy that he said over and over again. That's why I really was self-traumatizing myself. He said, I'll charge you $1. Everybody eats. I ain't overcharging nobody. I do it for $1. Everybody eats. And I'm like, man, okay. Maybe you could say to him, hey, Mr. O'Neal, how much would you charge me to do an interview for my podcast? And then he'll say, little fella, give me $1. Everybody eats. And all of these thoughts I have permeating through my mind, man. And I never worked up the courage to say A, B, or C. And here I am trying to inspire you to say A, B, and C. So I had to really put that there too as well, and not worry about anything. Because like I said, what I'm going to start to try to do is really do this more often, because it's going to try to help me not have that happen again, where it's, don't necessarily have to be Mr. O'Neal. It could be anybody else in the world that I was supposed to speak to, because the universe intertwined us to be in the same area, space, and room, or whatever together. And then because of self-doubt or because of what have you, you don't do it. So don't let that happen to you. Don't be a victim of your own created fear or your own created doubts. Those things aren't real. The only real is the right now, is the presence, you know what I mean? So don't be overcome by fear and doubt, and it causes you not to react and do what you were supposed to do. So I had to really record this one right now because of that right there. It just really made me realize that I can never let that happen again, where I'm not reacting to the aligning of universe because I'm worrying about self-doubt or fear. So on that right there, man, just act on what you're supposed to act on, and don't let doubt and fear cripple you because they aren't real. They're created in your mind.